This Jesse Jackson. Now what's Jesse Jackson? He's from the Boule, the B-O-U-L-E, the Boule, which is the main secret society in the centre, the total 9, the completion 9, which reversed is a perfection 6 of the societies, black societies, elite upper class societies. He's also an informant and lackey of FBI Division 5. He's also controlled by the Archbishop of Chicago, who is Francis Cardinal Eugene. He is the treasurer for the Vatican, a very powerful man, also in charge of the Nation of Islam, and also the Ku Klux Klan. Again, the Vatican manipulating both sides. I mean, what was good, you even saw that, I mentioned it before, that street gang guy who's left the gangs, actually talking about how the Vatican's controlling the gangs with the archbishops. That's Jesse Jackson behind the killing of Martin Luther King, for instance. You know how he never wore a tie, and he made Martin Luther wear his tie. Crafty man, very crafty man, devious to the core. Him and his Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton's an FBI Division 5 as well, and same with Spike Lee, that great black producer of movies who a lot of the black people who are profane just do not understand what he's all about and look up to him when he's a devious piece of work. Basically, it's all out for money, fame, and to be good. But these people murder people, and it's disgusting. That's Jesse Jackson and the coming race riots. But this is what it is. They're trying to start up race riots, which we, from the look of it, from the documents, like the DOD and the MOD, was looking at 2010. But it looks like now it's a year early, 2009. And that's going to work well, especially in the United States, because if I remember rightly, they wanted to get the North American Union finished or really get going in 2009. But it's all tying in with the financial economic crisis. So crisis, riots, martial law, then Emiro's having to come in. We've got a global currency right now. It's not money, it's oil. That's your global currency. Black gold. Also, Alex, I don't think I've ever heard Alec Phelps use the term agents or agent as such. Very rare if he has. He uses the coadjutor term. I use agent a lot, and others do. I don't know where you're getting this Nazi agents thing from exactly, the way you're putting it. Is it out of your empty brain or something? I mean, do you live in a fantasy world? Are you programmed by the CIA that much? What a shame for your soul, what God gave you. You know, how screwed up it is now, and trapped and manipulated, and God knows what with probably possible alters and things, the compartmentalisation of your brain into 2000 and odd part, your cube. You've got to have some fun with these people, you know. They like to call us names and lie and laugh at us, you know. So let's have a bit of fun with them at times. Can't keep being too serious all the time, can we? So what has Tex Mars, Mr. Tex Mars, and his engineering etc. career got to do with anything? It's got nothing to do with it. So Tex Mars was an Air Force officer. Wow. Shows what a shill this man was. Because when we see an officer, right, I don't know about the US, but over here, our armed forces only make officers of upper class and elitist types. You and I don't get it to become an officer, but have to be desperate. Nobody else whatsoever coming in to do that, just us. But anyway, why would anybody want to fight for the Pope and his 14th Amendment unholy Roman United States Empire? Do we see Eric Phelps wanting to do this? No. What are his thoughts on if his children go into the military? He would disown them. He said that. I mean, this is the mark of an honest and truthful man who believes fully what he preaches, and he practices it too. He reminds me of myself in certain things. So, Mr. Tex Mars, what was it like being a pawn for foreign policy, as Maltese Henry Kissinger has put it in the past, along with very horrible terms to do with animals as well? I mean, you're not such a smart man now after all this, are you, Mr. Tex Mars? So Eric's now in the pay of Israelis, according to Mr. Tex Mars. Why is it that this man is right now not very well off? Why is it that you guys have helped screw the sales of his book by pirating it? And they're all over the web, torrents and everything else. It's not good. People should study all of Eric's teachings, interviews, and see the truth. You know, you'll see what's happening. Whilst all these phony scam artists are rich and have good lifestyles, and paying little teenagers to go halfway around the States on planes at a whim. Look at how the real true sayers are poor or just getting by, utilising normal jobs on top of it. So Alex, why do you insist on trying to make out Eric doesn't believe Israelis were behind the USS Liberty attack? Eric highlights how the Israelis did the actual attack. He also highlights who commanded it at the very top, unlike you. Why are you twisting all these things and looking very silly in the process? It's daft. Mr. Tex Mars is a giant in all this, according to Alex CIA Jones. Well, Mr. Tex Mars is a giant. Yeah, he is. He's a giant of pies and lies. Pies and lies. PIES. All these years of Tex Mars, and I had to find Eric Phelps for the truth. Well, that's a good show, isn't it? You've been what, 20 plus years, Alex? Well, I've only been 7 years and I've gone higher already. Aren't you ashamed at that? I would be. Oh, again, Alex comes out about some amazing discoveries by Texie Mars against Eric Phelps and so-called others. Boring. So now Alex goes again one step further and tries to imply Eric Phelps worships Israel and not Jesus Christ, the true teachings of the Bible. Well, listen, Alex Jones, who always speaks of Christ and Jesus Christ, for God's sake? It's Eric Phelps. He's always trying to get us. It's like I was talking to him about religion. He says you don't need religion, you need to be in Jesus Christ. Yeah, we don't need religion such. So there's one little example of his Jesus Christ. Seriously folks, I'm worried how at one time I actually followed these buffoons and hung on to their every word. I mean, it's a very scary thought. It's nice to now have confirmation on what I've found out about these sorts of cretins. Alex then moans because he's expecting people to say Eric's talking of these mythical flying saucers again, but don't. They don't, Alex, because Eric does not speak on flying saucers and nukes. You know, I mean, I seriously believe you're not only controlled, but you also have a screw loose, for real. You're living in Gaga land, my friend, and actually, what's worse, you believe in it. I mean, please someone take this guy to Legoland and before putting him in a mental institute, because that's where he needs to go. But probably at night, he probably does go to a mental institute controlled by the CIA when they're pumping some more stuff into his photographic memory, if he's got one, you know. Shame he don't photograph the true teachings up there, innit? You know how you claim, Alex, that all Jesuit exposers are ex-Catholics who must have been abused, right? I mean, I'm starting to wonder if you've been down to Disneyland yourself as a young puppy. Did you ride a carousel much after your torture? Who can play this game? Mr. Tex Mars, what is this order of the Jesuit? Exactly what you're talking about. The order of the Jesuit. You mean the Jesuit order, or the Society of Jesus, I presume? Mr. Tex Mars, Jeff Rents is a Vatican agent because he once again is a paid shill like yourself in order to put over British intelligence wishes. Whilst on the subject of British intelligence, I may say, why is it that hardly any of you US citizens, truth, frauds, ever mention these? Why is it that when British intelligence gets brought up, it's like very rare by you guys, if at all? I mean, why is this when British intelligence controls and created your CIA and the Mossad? Why is it when British intelligence is riddled throughout the United States, controlling everywhere? You always just focus on the piddly CIA and Mossad. Why is it? Jeff Rents is an out-and-out Jew baiter who denies Vatican control and Vatican crimes at high level. Jeff Rents has also lied about Eric Phelps, like you're doing now, and he claims some nonsense similar to what your CIA Jones did about poor old William Cooper.